Here's the view in back of my house. There's my neighbor's house over there. There's another neighbor's house there. All the way around. 360 degrees. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
It's hard to believe the person who filmed this video is still alive. It's even harder to believe that as flames from the campfire devoured everything around him and his neighbors fled, he chose to stay.
Picture the strongest blizzard that you've ever seen on film, where the snow is just blown. Now change the snow to fire.
Bill Roth was home with his fiancée the morning the campfire started. The flames were moving quick, and within a few short hours, the fire had reached his neighborhood on Floral Lane.
And I got my fiance and my dog out of there about 9 o'clock. And then at 10 o'clock is when it was, this is it. You're either gonna do it or get the hell out of here. I'm gonna give it everything I got. I'm gonna save my house, whatever it takes, except for dying.
Bill stood firm. He grabbed his garden hose, made it up on top of his roof, and put on his headphones.
I had the little, listening to Beethoven. It's got that draught, like, and that's what I needed.
With Ludwig van's Appassionata blasting in his ears, drowning out the burst of propane tanks and gas lines around him, he began fighting back the flames.
I'd jump off the roof and go over there on this corner of my house. There's a fire starting there. And then I'd look over and there's a fire over there.
I mean, when the embers were coming down and hitting you in the face, hitting you in the hand.
You're not thinking of nothing. There's no thought of anything. You're just reacting.
You described it as being in hell.
Yeah, it's like if I ever were to write a book about it, that would be the name of it. 10 hours in hell.
What haunts Bill more than anything, though, is the sound of his neighbor's 2 dogs he tried to save.
Yeah, so I grabbed the gate and tried to either rip the gate out or lift the whole kennel up. But my shoulder, I just had surgery. I just didn't have the strength. I gave it everything I had, and I went back a second time. I mean, one of them was on fire when I went back the second time, and I can't get that out of my mind.
The death of the 2 dogs tore Bill apart, but he didn't have time to grieve. The fire was getting closer, and he'd soon realize the line between man and animal would be blurred.
Outside of my yard, I was putting out another fire that was starting over there. Here comes 2 gray squirrels. They stood right next to me, looking at me to protect them. I mean, and to me, it was like, I'll save you guys. You know, I couldn't save the dog, but I'll save you. But it was just so motivational that there was somebody else still alive, or there was somebody that I could help. I mean, that sounds ridiculous. We were all in it together.
I'm the only house left on the street. Every house on my block is gone. The lone survivor.
Eventually, Bill ran out of water. The flames had died down some, and all the homes around his had burned to the ground. His was the only one left standing. He'd done all he could, but it was time to leave.
Man is no match for nature. I mean, when the trees blowing up, almost blowing me off the roof and holding onto the air conditioner, I mean, that was all bad. But the scariest part to me was leaving. Everything on both sides of the road is ablaze. You can't see anything. It's dark. I mean, the heat, I thought my truck was gonna catch on fire. And thank God there wasn't nothing blocking me. I mean, I can understand how people got trapped. But I got out of there and made it to Chico, and my fiance was sure glad.
I just want to know what was telling you to stay and protect that home.
I've spent a total of probably 4 years of my life living in a vehicle. And this is the first home that I own. And it's like, I am not letting nothing happen to it.
Bill hasn't been back to his house since he left last Friday, and he's worried that all the pain that he endured saving his home could have been for nothing if the place caught fire after he left. But while we were talking, he received a call from a friend.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello? This might be good news. It's still there. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because in the back of my mind, I was just thinking, you know, that when I left, all it'd take is an amber to get on the roof and the house is still gonna be gone. But it's there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's unscathed. Oh my God.